There is a place inside you that has never been disturbed, not by the chaos of yesterday, not by the uncertainty of tomorrow, not even by the noise of this present moment. It exists beneath the worry, beneath the rushing thoughts, beneath the tension you carry in your shoulders right now. This place is your natural state. It is calm, it is light, and it has been waiting patiently for you to remember it. You do not need to create peace. You do not need to earn serenity. You need only to remove what obscures it, the way you might gently wipe dust from a window to let the sun pour through. The truth is, you are already a channel of calm and light. You have always been, but life, with all its demands and disappointments, has perhaps convinced you otherwise. Let me speak to that part of you that is tired of striving, tired of the endless mental chatter, tired of feeling like peace is something that happens to other people or exists only in rare, fleeting moments. You have been working so hard, haven't you? Working to fix things, to figure things out, to make yourself acceptable, to finally arrive at some imagined destination where you can rest. But what if rest is not a reward for completion? What if calm is not something you achieve after you have solved all your problems? What if it is available right now, in this breath, in this moment, regardless of what remains undone? When we speak of calm, we are not talking about a life free from challenge. We are not imagining a world where nothing ever goes wrong, where emotions never rise, where difficulties simply vanish because we have thought the right thoughts. That is not calm, that is fantasy. True calm is something far more profound and far more accessible. It is the quality of your presence in the midst of whatever is happening. It is the spaciousness you bring to your experience. It is the gentle knowing that you are Allah, larger than any single moment, any single emotion, any single circumstance. Calm is not the absence of the storm. It is the part of you that remains steady while the storm passes through. Think of the ocean. On the surface, waves rise and fall. Storms create turbulence. The water churns and crashes against the shore. But if you dive deep enough beneath the surface chaos, there is a profound stillness. The currents may move, but they move with a grace and rhythm that feels entirely different from the thrashing waves above. You are like that ocean. Your life circumstances, your emotions, your thoughts, they are the surface waves. And yes, they are real, they matter, but they are not all of you. Beneath them, within you, there is a depth that remains untouched. This is the calm we are speaking of. This is what you are learning to access, not by changing the waves, but by remembering the depth. You see, for so long, many of us have believed that we must fix the outside world before we can feel peaceful inside. We think we need the right relationship, the right job, the right amount of money, the right body, the right circumstances before we are allowed to feel calm. And so we postpone our peace. We make it conditional. We tell ourselves, I will relax when this problem is solved. I will feel at ease when I finally achieve that goal. I will be calm when everyone approves of me. But that day never fully arrives, does it? Because there is always another problem, another goal, another person whose approval seems necessary. The conditions for peace keep shifting, and so peace remains always just out of reach. What if we have had it backwards all along? What if cultivating calm within ourselves actually changes how we navigate the outer world? What if the peace we seek is not the result of perfect circumstances, but the foundation from which we create better circumstances? This is not magical thinking. This is understanding how energy works. When you move through your day from a place of inner turmoil, everything feels harder. Your reactions are sharper, your patience thinner, your vision narrower. But when you move through your day from a place of inner calm, even difficult things become more manageable. You see solutions you couldn't see before. You respond with wisdom instead of reacting from fear. You access a clarity that was always available but was obscured by the noise of anxiety. Now let us talk about light. You are a channel of light. What does this mean? It means that the same creative intelligence that spins galaxies and orchestrates the changing of seasons lives within you. You are not separate from the source of all life. You are an expression of it, and that source is light, consciousness, love, whatever word feels true for you. This is not a metaphor. This is not poetry, though it may sound like it. This is the fundamental truth of your being. You are not a solid, separate, isolated thing trying to survive in a hostile universe. You are a dynamic, flowing expression of universal energy. And when you recognize this, when you really let this truth land in your bones, everything changes. For so many years, perhaps you have thought of yourself as someone who needs fixing, someone who is broken, flawed, insufficient. You have looked at your mistakes, your fears, your perceived inadequacies, and you have decided that you are somehow less than. You have compared yourself to others and found yourself wanting. You have internalized messages from a world that profits, from your insecurity, a world that tells you that you are not enough as you are, that you must constantly improve, upgrade, transform yourself into something other than what you are. And in this process, you have forgotten the most essential truth. You are already whole. You are already light. The light does not need to be added to you. It needs to be uncovered, recognized, allowed. Think of it this way. If you place a lamp under a basket, the light is still there, still shining, but it is hidden. The lamp has not stopped being a source of light. It has simply been covered. Our work, then, is not to become light, but to remove the baskets, to recognize the coverings, the false beliefs, the old stories, the inherited fears, and gently, compassionately set them aside. And as we do this, the light that has always been present begins to shine more clearly, not because we have achieved something, but because we have stopped obscuring what was always true. Your body knows this truth even when your mind forgets it. Your body is always trying to return to balance, to ease, to its natural state of well-being. But we override it constantly. We tense our shoulders against imagined threats. We hold our breath when we feel uncertain. We clench our jaws when we are trying to control outcomes. We store worry in our bellies and grief in our chests. The body becomes a repository for all the emotions we have not allowed ourselves to fully feel, all the thoughts we have not allowed ourselves to fully think, all the truths we have not allowed ourselves to fully acknowledge. And over time, this accumulation creates density. It creates blockage. It creates the feeling of being cut off from our natural calm, our natural light. But here is the beautiful thing. The body is also the doorway back. When we bring gentle awareness to the body, when we notice where we are holding tension and consciously soften, when we allow the breath to move fully and freely, we begin to release what has been stored. We do not need to analyze every emotion or understand every pattern. We simply need to be present with what is, to meet our experience with compassion rather than judgment, to allow the body to unwind in its own time and its own way. Place your attention right now on your shoulders. Are they pulled up toward your ears? Can you let them drop just a little? Feel the release. This is not a small thing. This is you choosing to return to your natural state. This is you removing one of the baskets that has been covering your light. And what about your jaw? Is it clenched? Can you soften it? Let your tongue rest gently in your mouth. Let your teeth separate slightly. Feel the subtle shift in your entire system when you release this one point of holding. The body and mind are not separate. When you soften the body, you soften the mind. When you release physical tension, you release mental tension. And in this softening, in this releasing, calm has room to emerge. Not because you have done something heroic, but because you have stopped doing something that was never necessary in the first place. The breath is your most faithful ally in this return to calm. It is always with you, always available, always offering you a way back to the present moment. And the present moment is the only place where calm truly exists, not in memories of the past which are already gone, not in imaginings of the future which have not yet arrived, but here, now, in this single breath. You cannot be anxious and fully present at the same time. Anxiety lives in the future, in the land of what if, in the stories we tell ourselves about. What might go wrong. But when you bring your full attention to the sensation of breath entering and leaving your body, you anchor yourself in now. And in now, in this very moment, you are likely okay. In this moment, you are breathing. In this moment, your heart is beating. In this moment, life is moving through you. Try it right now. Place one hand on your belly. Breathe in slowly through your nose, feeling your belly expand into your hand. Hold for just a moment at the top of the breath. Then exhale slowly through your mouth, feeling your belly soften. Do this 3 times. Notice how even this simple act begins to shift something. The mind, which was perhaps racing a moment ago, begins to slow. The nervous system, which was perhaps on high alert, begins to settle. You have not changed your circumstances. You have not solved any problems. You have simply returned to your breath, and in doing so, you have returned to yourself. This is the power you have. This is the choice that is always available. But let us be honest about what blocks this return. Let us talk about the thoughts that keep us from accessing our natural calm, the beliefs that obscure our light. Many of us carry the belief that we do not deserve peace. We think that because we have made mistakes, because we have hurt others or ourselves, because we are not yet perfect, we must continue to suffer. We use anxiety as a form of self-punishment. We think that if we worry enough, if we stay vigilant enough, if we never let our guard down, we can somehow protect ourselves from future pain. But this is not protection. This is prison. The worry does not keep you safe. It keeps you small. It keeps you separate from the very peace that would actually give you the clarity and strength to handle whatever comes. There are also the inherited patterns, the beliefs you absorbed before you were old enough to question them. Perhaps you grew up in an environment where calm was scarce, where there was always crisis, always tension, always something to fear. And so your nervous system learned that this is what normal feels like. Peace became suspicious. Calm became uncomfortable. Because if you let your guard down, something bad might happen. This pattern runs deep. It is not your fault that you learned this, but it is your responsibility and your opportunity to unlearn it now, to teach your system that it is safe to soften, to show yourself through repeated gentle practice that calm is not dangerous. Calm is your birthright. Then there are the stories we tell ourselves about who we are. I am an anxious person. I have always been this way. This is just my personality. These stories become self-fulfilling prophecies. When we identify with anxiety, when we claim it as a core part of our identity, we reinforce it with every repetition. But what if you are not an anxious person? What if you are a person who has experienced anxiety? Do you see the difference? One is an identity, fixed and permanent. The other is an experience, temporary and changeable. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are the awareness that witnesses them. And from that place of awareness, you have choice. You can recognize a thought as just a thought, not an absolute truth. You can notice an emotion rising and allow it to move through without becoming consumed by it. Releasing what blocks the flow requires gentleness. It requires that you stop fighting yourself. For too long, perhaps you have been at war with your own experience, trying to push away the uncomfortable, trying to force yourself to feel differently than you do. But resistance creates more tension. What we resist persists. What we fight against grows stronger. The way through is not around, but directly into with compassion. When anxiety arises, instead of saying, I should not feel this way, what is wrong with me? You can say, hello, anxiety, I see you. What are you trying to tell me? What do you need? This changes everything. You move from enemy to ally. You move from judgment to curiosity. And in this shift, the intensity often softens. The emotion, when met with acceptance rather than resistance, can move through more quickly. Imagine for a moment that you are not the creator of calm, but simply a channel for it. What does this mean? It means you stop trying so hard. It means you recognize that peace is not something you manufacture through perfect circumstances or flawless thinking. Peace is something you allow. It is already present, like a radio signal that is always broadcasting. Your work is to tune in, not to generate the signal yourself. When you understand yourself as a channel, you relax. You stop carrying the burden of having to make everything perfect. You open, you receive, you allow life to flow through you rather than constantly trying to control and direct it. This requires trust. It requires a fundamental shift in how you relate to life. Most of us have been taught to trust only in our own effort, our own control, our own ability to force outcomes. But this is exhausting. This is the source of so much of our stress. What if you could trust that you are held by something larger than yourself? What if you could trust that there is an intelligence moving through all of life, and that you are part of that intelligence, not separate from it? This does not mean you become passive. This does not mean you stop taking action. It means you act from a different place. You act from alignment rather than from fear. You act from inspiration rather than from obligation. And your ace-su. Tie-ins become more effective, more graceful, more natural. When you are a channel, you do not take everything so personally. You recognize that life is moving through everyone, that we are all expressions of the same source, and that what happens is often not about you in the way you think it is. Someone's anger is usually about their own pain, not about your inadequacy. A rejection is often about timing or fit, not about your worth. A difficulty is often an invitation to grow, not evidence that you are cursed. When you see yourself as a channel of calm and light, you hold things more lightly. You meet life with more openness, more curiosity, less defensiveness, and this itself becomes a form of peace. Here is something that may surprise you. Your calm matters beyond yourself. When you choose peace, when you allow yourself to be a channel of light, you are not just helping yourself, you are contributing to the collective. Energy is contagious. Have you ever noticed how being around someone who is deeply peaceful changes how you feel, how their presence itself is calming? You do not need to speak. You do not need to do anything. The quality of your energy is enough. And the reverse is also true. When you are agitated, others feel it. When you are anxious, it ripples outward. This is not meant to be another burden, another way you should be different. This is simply an invitation to recognize the power you have. Your inner state is a gift you give to the world, whether you intend it or not. Think about the people in your life, your children, if you have them, your partner, your friends, your colleagues, even strangers you pass on the street. When you are calm, you create a space where others can relax. You become a refuge, not because you have all the answers or because you have solved all your problems, but because you have found a way to be at peace with yourself. And that permission, that modeling, is profound. It says to OT, hers, it is okay to soften. It is okay to be human. It is okay to choose peace, even when everything is not perfect. This is not a small contribution. This is a revolutionary act in a world that constantly tells us we should be more, do more, worry more, strive more. So how do we make this practical? How do we take these truths and integrate them into the messy reality of daily life? It begins with small moments, gentle practices, consistent returns. You do not need hours of meditation or perfect conditions. You need willingness. You need to choose again and again to return to calm when you notice you have drifted into worry. You need to choose again and again to soften when you notice you have tensed. You need to choose again and again to breathe when you notice you have been holding. In the morning, before you reach for your phone, before you let the demands of the day flood in, take 3 conscious breaths, just 3. Feel your body, set an intention. Today, I choose to be a channel of calm and light. Today, I will return to my breath whenever I notice I have drifted. Today, I will meet myself with compassion. This does not need to be elaborate. It needs to be sincere. Those few moments set a foundation. They remind you of who you are beneath all the roles and responsibilities. They reconnect you to your deeper truth. Throughout the day, create pause points. Before you respond to that email that triggered you, pause. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground, then respond. Before you react to your child's behavior, pause. Notice what you are feeling. Soften your shoulders, then respond. Before you spiral into worry about the future, pause. Come back to this moment. Ask yourself, am I okay right now in this breath? Usually the answer is yes. This practice of pausing is not about suppressing your natural reactions. It is about creating a gap between stimulus and response, a gap where choice lives. In that gap, you access your wisdom. In that gap, you remember that you are a channel of calm, not a victim of circumstance. In the evening, review your day with kindness, not with judgment about what you did wrong or how you failed to stay calm every moment. That is not the point. The point is to notice. Where did I choose peace today? Where did I forget and get swept away? What can I learn? What can I celebrate? And then, before sleep, place your hand on your heart. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love. You did your best today. I am proud of you. I love you. Rest now. This simple practice rewires the harsh inner critic. It builds a foundation of self-compassion that makes returning to calm easier and easier over time. Keep a calm journal if you are drawn to writing. Not a journal where you analyze your problems or replay your worries. A journal where you notice moments of peace. Today, I felt calm when I was drinking my morning coffee and watching the light come through the window. Today, I felt calm when I took 5 minutes to just breathe. Today, I felt calm when I chose not to engage in that argument. What you place your attention on grows. When you train yourself to notice calm, you find more of it. You realize it is not as rare as you thought. It is available in small, ordinary moments throughout your day. You just need to see it. Create a physical anchor for calm. Perhaps it is a specific chair where you sit to breathe. Perhaps it is a smooth stone you keep in your pocket that you touch when you need to remember. Perhaps it is a particular piece of music or a scent. The specific anchor does not matter. What matters is that you consistently pair it with the state of calm, so that over time, the anchor itself helps you access that state more quickly. This is not superstition. This is how the nervous system works. It learns through repetition. It learns through association. You are training yourself gently and lovingly to return to peace more easily. And practice gratitude as a pathway to light. When you appreciate what is, you open. Gratitude is not about pretending that everything is perfect or denying real difficulties. Gratitude is about recognizing that even in the midst of challenge, there is also goodness. There is also beauty. There is also something to celebrate. I am grateful for this breath. I am grateful for my body that carries me through my days. I am grateful for the people who love me. I am grateful for this moment of choice. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present. And in that shift, you align with abundance. You align with light. You become a channel for the positive, for the life-affirming, for the healing. Let yourself be a beginner at this. Let yourself be imperfect. You will forget. You will get swept away by worry. You will have days where calm feels impossible. This is not failure. This is being human. The practice is not to never lose your center. The practice is to return again and again with compassion. Each return strengthens the pathway. Each return makes the next return easier. You are not trying to achieve a permanent state of unshakable calm. You are simply learning to return home to yourself more quickly when you notice you have drifted. And over time, the drifting becomes less frequent. The returns become more natural. The calm becomes more stable, not because nothing ever disturbs you, but because you know how to find your way back. You are a channel of calm and light, not someday when you have done enough work or healed enough wounds or achieved enough milestones. Right now, in this moment, with all your imperfections and uncertainties and struggles, the calm is already within you. The light is already shining. Your only work is to remove what obscures it, to gently and patiently peel away the layers of false belief and old fear and habitual tension. And as you do this, you will discover something extraordinary. You will discover that you are not creating anything new. You are simply revealing what has always been true. You are remembering who you have always been beneath the noise and the striving and the forgetting. This is your invitation, not to become someone else, not to fix yourself, not to achieve some impossible standard of perpetual serenity, but to return to yourself, to recognize the depth of the ocean beneath the surface waves, to trust that you are held, to allow yourself to soften, to choose in each moment to be a channel through which calm and light can flow into this world that so desperately needs both. You are not doing this alone. The same force that moves the tides and turns the earth is moving through you. You are never separate from the source. You are an expression of it. And when you align with this truth, when you allow yourself to be the channel you already are, life becomes easier. Not because circumstances change, though they often do, but because you change. Your relationship to life changes. You meet each moment from peace instead of from fear, and this changes everything. So take a breath right now. Feel your body. Notice where you are holding and consciously soften. Place your hand on your heart and remember, you are a channel of calm and light. You have always been. You will always be. This is not something you must earn or achieve. This is what you are when you stop trying to be anything else. This is what you are when you return to the simple truth of your being. You are life itself, expressing as you, breathing as you, loving as you, healing as you. You are the calm you have been seeking. You are the light you have been trying to find. And the moment you recognize this, truly recognize this, everything shifts, not out there, but in here. And that shift, that recognition, that return home to yourself is the beginning of everything. It is the end of the search and the start of the living. It is the remembering that you are and have always been exactly what you have been looking for. Welcome home. Welcome to the calm. Welcome to the light. Welcome to yourself.